kind of just be in that space to understand.
Hey Zoe, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss a woman's ass. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nip.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you rate women so well?
Zoe Williams.
Reason and accountability.
The voice of reason. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know. The first topic after a holiday weekend gots to be fire.
Yes.
You know we about to open up a can of whoop ass in this. Oh, it's going to be terrible. No, it's going to be good. It's going to be inspirational. It's going to be insightful. We're still expecting a full house of people.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just tell you who you're listening to right now. It be Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, on Dash Talk X.
That's him.
You got to say X.
X.
With emphasis.
Yeah.
Dash Talk X. You want to dig? Yes, sir. What is the voice of reason? Well, it is a panel of women. Right now, this show is going to be like Charlie's Angels. I'm off camera. Only the ladies are on camera. I'll be Charlie. Right now, this show is about women's issues, topics, as it pertains to intimate relationship. What do they think? How do they tick? What's happening under the hood? We want to know. Listen, if this is your first time tuning into the voice of reason, do you know how much you've missed?
Right. So much.
Oh my God. If we go back and look at all the topics that have been covered.
Ooh. Whoa.
And shit is happening in the world that is validating, verifying, substantiating all of our claims.
Mm-hmm.
We're not here to try to prove to be right. We would rather be in alignment. Mm-hmm. But maybe I have to prove you wrong in order to get you in alignment. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really have a dog in this conversation tonight. But when I tell you this conversation tonight affects all men and women.
Oh, yeah.
Lord have mercy, Jesus.
Hey.
I'm not really religious. I just fake speaking in tongues. It's like fake tongues.
Oh, Lord.
I only got one tongue. Is Hododabokasha.
We kind of guessed that.
Well, then Hododabokasha is my affirmation. If you say something right, Hododabokasha.
Yes.
Right.
If you say something wrong,
okay,
it becomes Nododabokasha.
Oh.
You know what?
Nododabokasha.
No.
I do not agree. Nododabokasha.
You know what?
The number to dial this topic or this show is 323-230-4610. That's 323-230-4610. Before we get into today's topic, I've got to promote a couple of things. Mimi, would you hold these bottles up for me in the camera? Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, now you know. I haven't had a total package energy since our last show.
What? I can't believe
What?
that.
I swear before Jesus and all them white folk in heaven.
Oh.
What about the black one?
You know the pictures don't show no black people in heaven.
You know what?
I'm telling you the truth. I haven't had a total package energy since then. But I'm back in the game.
Right.
I've had 2 today. You know I'm already turned up.
Already.
0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 jitters, 0 crash, total package energy. Did you know we broke a record last month?
What?
Woo.
No.
Total package. Hey.
The guys at Total Package Energy told me that I think we crossed 136 cases.
Wow.
That's
So
dope.
it's a new month. Get it now. Total Package
Now.
Energy. If you're an Uber driver, a Lyft driver, a limo driver, a truck driver,
Yes.
a cab driver,
A stripper.
a stripper,
A whore.
anything that happens late at night, get yourself some Total Package Energy so you can remain focused on your job.
Right.
You underdig? Total Package Energy.com. Tell them Zoe Williams sent you. You underdig?
Underdig.
All right. And then this book right here.
Oh, shit.
Mimi is she's my, what is old girl?
Vanna Black.
Vanna Black.
Yes, there we go. Vanna White, but Vanna Black. I like that.
Mimi Black.
From Hell to Fire, Compton Fire. You guys got to get this. Chapter 1, Sex and Politics. You underdig? This is a great book. I've been reading it. Go to Amazon.com. Please support this book. Great pseudo-fiction book based off some real stuff. But she had to change the names to protect a lot of people. I love it. Thank you, Mimi.
You
Let's
are
see.
welcome.
And then our guest is in the building. I want our guest to promote her own books. All she has to do is hold them up. People can see them. Introduce yourself, young lady. Who are you? Where are you from? And what are these books about? Grab that microphone and speak directly into it.
Just lean forward. Thank you.
Hey, good people. My name is Elle Moore. 2 books I am promoting are Venom to Victory, which is an emotional conglomerate of edification written to mainly the single woman, but single men have gotten a lot out of the book as well. I expose a lot of the emotional abuse, mental abuse, challenges that I had in relationships, and what ultimately were the victories from each of those. So get that. It's on Amazon. The second book is called Unlearning, Escaping Scriptural Manipulation,
Wow.
Enhancing
Whoa.
Spiritual Consciousness.
Wow.
Oh,
That's the
good.
one that hit me in the chest.
And
Wow.
That's the
this
one.
book is really about my journey leaving the formal church.
Woo.
And how God transitioned my thinking to inclusion mainly, and and metaphysics.
Wow.
So, you want to know more about God than what you traditionally hear on Sunday morning? This is for you.
Here we go.
Not by yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was L. Moore.
Both are available on Amazon and at Barnes & Noble.
L. Moore is up in here.
In the house.
You under dig? Why would Scruncho call me at 5:10?
Because he's
Oh my goodness.
Like that kid,
Because he on his way.
people need to understand it's not that part of the it's not that either you here like I told you to be here or you're not here.
Right.
He probably outside parking.
5:10.
Yeah, it is.
You're looking for park.
The show is live.
Comedians, you know how we are.
I can't tolerate it. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's topic: the hot monkey lava that is about to transpire right now.
Hot.
It's about to be crazy. First off, let me just say this. I got one more thing to promote. The holographic relationship. I am urging everybody in the chat room right now to help me reach my September goal of 300 pre-orders. Go to my website, IamZoeWilliams.com, and pre-order your copy of the holographic relationship.
Now.
You got to do it right now. Sugar Crisp, there's a few people in there. Mimi Williams, Sugar Crisp. I got a few, I have a few moderators in there. The holographic relationship. Please urge the people all show long to get over there. Hit the holographic relationship pre-order button right now. Now, tonight's topic. It's not going to be an easy one. Let me turn the music down. Oprah Winfrey. She gets involved in a lot of things. Does Oprah? Right? Somebody's phone is on. Let's just pause all of that. Let's mute that. Let's just mute it. That's fine. Right? Oprah Winfrey has given voice to a movement, a hashtag movement, a new hashtag movement on Twitter.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing, man. This show needs women to participate. So I'm calling all women to speak on it, how you feel about it, how, what's been your experience. This show does not degrade, disrespect, demean, or marginalize women in any way, shape, or form. Now, you have some women that don't know the difference from being held accountable, being called on your shit, and being demeaned.
Right.
We got to know that there's a difference between being demeaned. If I say that's not morally correct, that's not in alignment with your truth. To me, that's what morals are. Anything that's in alignment with your truth. You're lying to yourself. I need you to be honest about who you are. You're not being attacked. You're not being demeaned. You're not being disrespected. Right. But a lot of women have, associated being held accountable with being disrespected. Two totally separate things. I say all of that to say, as a man, I don't know what y'all go through, when it comes to abortions.
Right.
When it comes to having babies. I don't know. I can't speak on it. I don't have no experience. But we got to talk about what Oprah has opened up here. Oprah promotes Shout Your Abortion campaign in latest magazine. Now, whenever you get people doing these kinds of campaigns, it's about reclaiming power. So when you look at the rape culture, people standing up saying, fuck that, hell no, motherfuckers. It's about reclaiming power because rape isn't about sex. It's about taking power from somebody.
Right.
So when you get people to stand up to reclaim their power, gotcha. But what happens is, just like the 12-step program, you find the 12-step program can be applied to a whole myriad of different ideas.
Oh, totally.
So, it started off on some old alcoholism, 12-step. Next thing you know, there's a 12-step program for breaking up with a fetish. Right. I no longer want to be a furry anymore.
Right.
Hi, my name is Bob, and I'm a furry.
Right.
The first time I felt fucking doll fur, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
So the 12-step program can be applied to a whole myriad of things. So now you're starting to see people stand up. You see the Me Too movement. So now this is becoming a movement. Shout out your abortion is as a means of reclaiming your power, or I would say in this situation, reclaiming your guilt.
I like that.
Because a lot of women feel
bad, horrible. They almost feel anti-female
when they have an abortion. I'm not a woman, so I don't know. But I'm framing it this way to say, is this movement detrimental? Does it, when you normalize, do you also at the same time desensitize? Do you understand? Because now you're trying to normalize it's okay to have an abortion. Is it? On a social level, I totally get it. On a social level, I totally get it. But on a spiritual level, is it okay? No one ever wants to deal with spirituality. Now, I'm neither pro or con on the issue. Or at least I'm not revealing that.
Right. It's your secret.
But I want to know, on the spiritual side of the game, how do you reconcile that? Entertainment icon Oprah Winfrey devoted an article to the founder of the Shout Your Abortion movement in the latest issue of her magazine. How one woman became an activist with the hashtag Shout Your Abortion by Amelia Bonau in the July 2018 issue of O Magazine. Details how Bonau found herself sitting on her couch crying in 2015 after hearing that the U.S. House of Representatives had voted to defund the Planned Parenthood abortion giant. Wow. A measure that ultimately failed. That was one of Trump's get down. He really was pushing to make sure that it stayed pro-choice, because he was pro-choice. Of course, Hillary Clinton is pro-life. That was their little battle after Obama leaves office. She responded with a Facebook post detailing the nearly inexpressible level of gratitude she felt after her own abortion, which inspired her friends to begin sharing their own abortion stories. You dig? That in turn led to her friend Lindy West tweeting the post with the hashtag Shout Your Abortion, which went viral. Anti-choice politicians have dominated the dialogue because many people think that they don't know anyone who's had an abortion. Well, the stats say 1 in 3 women have had an abortion. Now, women get shamed over abortions.
For sure.
Especially multiple abortions.
Right.
Right? So we're not trying to marginalize that at all.
Right.
But we really need to talk about it. Because the black community is in a very complex position. Position number 1, we only have 2.6% of the nation's wealth. And when I say we, that's including all of us.
Right.
Bill Cosby, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Steph Curry, Michael Jackson, Prince, everybody.
Right.
Okay? That's everybody.
Right.
You understand? But 2% of black wealth is in the hands of baby boomers. 0.6% of the nation's of black people's wealth is in the hands of entertainers. So 2% is in the hands of the baby boomers that are getting old. They're in their 70s. They got a bunch of kids that are waiting on them to die to see who's going to get the house.
Right.
You understand? But then that 0.6% is everybody else. From the 60% of homeless men in Los Angeles, downtown Los Angeles, to Jay-Z, Beyonce, and the rest of the ballers. 0.6%. So for the black community, it would stand to reason we shouldn't be having no goddamn babies anyway.
Right.
But then when you factor in Planned Parenthood's roles in our community, like how could a woman vote? How could a sister vote for Hillary Clinton if one of Hillary Clinton's idols, she said it herself? Well, I didn't really mean that. You said it yourself. One of her idols is Margaret Sanger. Margaret Sanger was the founder of Planned Parenthood off of the eugenics movement, which was modeled. What's my man? This movement was modeled off. What's my guy? They quote his ass all the time. Natural evolution.
Oh.
What's my guy?
I can't think of it.
You know who I'm talking about.
Right.
Natural selection. What's the guy's name? Y'all got to help me here.
Let me look it up.
No. The chat room got me. Ladies and gentlemen, if you hear me say the chat room, please know that I'm talking about YouTube live. We're broadcasting live. People can see us.
Yes.
Right? Francis Galton is the cousin. He started the eugenics movement, but Francis Galton is the cousin of Darwin. Natural selection. Only the strong survive. You know who else patterned their shit off of eugenics? Hitler.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. So this woman created Planned Parenthood. And she saw black people as weeds.
They need to be pulled.
Socially inept. This is out of Hillary Clinton's mouth. She's a hero, Margaret Sanger was. Now, you'll hear people today saying, oh, well, you know, Planned Parenthood has evolved since Margaret Sanger was the leader of it. And it provides so many, you know, benefits, you know, to inner city communities, blah, blah, blah. It teaches reproductive rights, yada, yada. Okay, cool, all right. See, that's the thing with us as people. It's like the Matrix. Neo goes back to the source, the same source that created every program he had to fight.
Yep.
Oh, well, you know, the system isn't like it was when she was there. She called niggas weeds and useless to society. She called us and said we needed to be pruned like weeds.
Wow.
We need to ask women today about your experience. Because if you don't know this history, go a documentary called Ma'afa, produced and directed by a white man. I had him on the show. I had him on The Voice when we were at the Foxhole.
Wow, I'm gonna go look for that.
You understand? I had him on the show. Very powerful show. And he said, yo, this system does not care if you live or die. And there's a premium on other people's lives than there are on black lives. We have seen that with the killing of all these cop killings, and we've seen that there is a premium. We've seen how ignorant American culture is right now. Yeah, motherfuckers burning shoes.
Right.
Literally.
Right. The ones I got from Walmart.
The Walmart Nikes. I ain't seen nobody burn no pair of Jordans yet.
No.
But they're burning Walmart Nikes, and they're mad about it.
Yeah.
So I need to understand, it has to be frustrating to live as women in this society, in this climate, because you can't really come out on either side without being destroyed damn near. I need to know. What do you guys think about abortions? Pro or against? Mimi?
Man, I was sitting here thinking, it just depends on the situation. I'm not going to pick one side or the other. And the reason why is because I feel like if you're just going around having abortions just because you using that as a birth control method, then you need to cut it out. You know what I mean? You need some help, actually, because now you're taking lives and you're just doing this as some sort of birth control method. But I feel if a woman's been raped or, you know, there's some type of underlying situation, I'm not saying it's okay, but it's understandable to me, because here it is, you've been put through a situation and you may not want to necessarily have a child with someone who took it or abused you or treated you a certain kind of way. Or better yet, if I was a dude, I wouldn't want some woman, I just hit her at the club and then she want to go have my baby. Boo, you better go handle that. But I mean, on the flip side, you know what I'm saying? It's her body and she got her rights. So I kind of straddle the fence with my answer.
And really, her rights supersede or override the right of the dude.
Right. And it's wrong.
The number to dial is 323-230-4610. L Moore. Pro, con, for, against. Go deeper.
I'm definitely...
Speak into that mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I've gone back and forth with being for or against throughout the years, because previously being a traditional Christian, I was always, you know, it's wrong, don't do it. But as I've evolved in my consciousness, I'm not going to tell a woman one way or the other what to do with her body. I have no heaven or hell to put anyone in, and I am not the judge, nor do I want the responsibility to tell someone what to do. So I guess I would say I'm more pro-choice, but I just kind of allow people to make their own decisions about what they want to do with their lives and their choices, because ultimately they have to live with the consequences of their decisions. And not only live with the consequences, but also receive the strength or whatever the lesson or the blessing or whatever it is that comes out of that. You know, I'll be gone. You know what I mean? It's not me.
But since you're into the metaphysical side of it, can there ever be a blessing in having an abortion? Because I'm big with the metaphysical too, and I know there are no accidents in the universe. I know there's purpose everywhere, but let's get that. Can there be a blessing? So. Talk to me about it.
I think so, because what I look at is the strength that a woman has to build after she has an abortion. The trauma and the emotional strain that come from that experience, to survive that almost makes you impervious to a lot of other issues that women deal with, not only in the community, but in our families as well. So I think that the strength or the resolve, having endured that experience, can definitely be a blessing.
That's powerful. That's powerful. Well, Peaches, when is a child not worthy to come into this world?
I believe that if you're not going to be a responsible parent and you were irresponsible enough to get pregnant, I'd rather see that person I'm not going to say just murder, but I would rather that person not bring a child into the world and have it mistreated than bring it into the world and mistreat it. So I'm definitely a pro-choice person, but as a believer in Christ and a follower in Christ, and the older I've gotten, I realize that, it's still taking a life out of this world. But, that's up to the individual and the circumstance. I believe there should be circumstances with it.
Did you ignore Jesus when you decided to have an abortion? The number to dial is 323-230-4610. I want to hear from the people who ignored God.
Whoa.
I just got to listen. It ain't a real show if I don't ask real questions.
And that's a real question.
Because listen, for me, I don't believe in the religion thing. I see religion as a template, as a metaphor, as allegorical. Right. I don't see it as 100% historical.
Right.
There's just not enough evidence to prove it that way. Right? They can find, archaeologists can find bones 200 million years old, but we can't find shit from Jesus, the cross, anything, nothing. No disrespect to Jesus and the people who love Jesus' story. But I'm just saying.
You told me to be good.
I'm just
trying.
saying. We can't find nothing.
Oh, it's there. It's been found.
No, it hasn't.
They found the nails. They found the shroud.
No, they didn't. The shroud has already been proven false. Sorry, doesn't date back. It's already been proven false.
Okay, let's finish talking about
I'm just saying. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you're talking about the Shroud of Turin.
Mm-hmm.
False.
Have you seen the church that's over there on Arbor Vitae, that all the little artifacts from, like, the shroud is on the wall, Jesus on the cross?
Is this Jesus or abortions?
Oh, yeah.
Well, Jesus' mama didn't abort him.
Right.
You better be glad that didn't happen.
It couldn't have happened back then.
How you know
what?
They might have had a hanger. So
the
they had hangers. They was doing stuff about
are open. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. I want to know.
Okay.
Can an abortion be a blessing? If we talking this Oprah Winfrey stuff, when is it too late to abort a child? Wow. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. Callers, you're on the air. Holla at your boy, So Williams. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where you calling from? Caller. Caller, you're on the line. All right, we're going to hang up all of the callers over here with Darren. Caller, you're on the line.
Okay.
Caller, what up?
Hey, guys.
It's Dana. What up?
I heard your intro win, Dana.
What's up, Dana?
I rolled up the windows. What is the topic? Does it have to do with abortion?
Yes. Did you just get into the topic?
I'm sorry, I did. I was
Dana,
running a little late.
You gotta wait to call. Tonight's topic is
No!
shout. Yes, tonight's topic is shout your abortion, taking a more in-depth look at Planned Parenthood's effect on the black community. Now, I got to go back and reset up everything because you called too early.
No, but I can answer. So.
All right, well, get at me then.
Okay, I'm about to get at you then.
You handle your scandal.
Hi, ladies. Hi,
from Pasadena.
Peaches. Hi, new person.
Hi.
Okay, so I had an abortion. I had a termination. At the time that I was going through it, I was not thinking about God or Jesus. I knew I didn't want that child or I didn't want that man. And I knew if I continued my pregnancy, that would be in my life. And this was casual.
Okay,
Hey,
wait, stop.
I got caught slipping.
Wait, Dana, stop. Hold on. You just hit me with a revelation. A revelation just came through. I feel the Holy Ghost in here today. Hold it up.
No, please.
Well, wait a minute. Is having an abortion, and I'm talking about mindset here, is having an abortion the same as breaking up with a man?
No, I don't think so. I think that people use it the way they use it, and it's interesting because I am pro-choice, but I do believe every baby is a blessing. I have different feelings for molestation or rape, but I do believe that babies are blessings. Like I said, I wasn't thinking about Jesus. I wasn't thinking about God. As far as I was concerned, I was handling my business, and I was being selfish, and I felt I did what I needed to do, and that was my choice, and so that's what I did.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, heavy revelations. Listen, is this the same as shouting out your abortion, as Oprah said we should do?
Dana just did that.
Did Dana?
She said, shout it out.
Dana, Oprah is turning it into like a hashtag, like Me Too kind of movement. Shout your abortion. She's basically saying, damn the guilt, damn the shame, own your abortions.
I mean, if it's for healing purposes, if it's something you need to do to heal, then I'm for that. I mean, from time to time, and certain dates, certain times of the year, I have thought about what would it be like if I was someone's parent, but at other times, I don't want to be responsible for another person.
Wow. So there's like a bittersweet gratification.
It's really not bittersweet. It's not a gratification. It was a choice that was made a long time ago. I knew I could not reverse that choice, and so I live with that choice, and it's not something I often think about. I heard the new person speaking. I caught the tail end of what she was saying, and then you said something about shout out your abortion, and I was like, I can call in because, and I have something or I have an opinion to that, because a lot of times when, one person says something, it's helping someone else.
Right. No,
So
and that's exactly the purpose here. That's exactly the purpose. Thank you so much, Dana. I know you're going to call back later before the show is over. So the phone lines will be open. Thank you, love.
Okay, you guys have a good one.
Bye, Dana.
Bye, Dana. Bye, Dana.
Drive safe.
Talk to you in a minute, Dana.
The number to dial. Listen, if you're just tuning in, tonight's topic, shout your abortion. Should you shout your abortion? Is there empowerment, personal empowerment, sharing your abortion stories? Ladies, call me right now, 323-230-4610. That's 323-230-4610. And what about abortion's impact on the Black community? Why are there so many? Why are there so many Planned Parenthoods in the hood? Scruncho, the show. Why are there so many? Everywhere you go, you get 3 on each corner. You get a Planned Parenthood, you get a church, and you get a liquor store.
That's right.
You in the dig? Why do we get the Holy Trinity in the hood? Planned Parenthood, church, and liquor store.
Right.
Church and liquor store. Right. God damn. Shout your abortion is tonight's topic.
Shout out.
Taking a more in-depth look at Planned Parenthood's effect on the Black community. I've got questions. True or false? Most women don't know they have an abortion every time they ingest the pill. So the numbers of abortions are truly staggering.
Ooh, wait.
The number to dial, 323-230-4610. How can women define their own abortion experience without guilt or shame? I got questions. True or false, Black women are dying from a lack of access to reproductive health services. In other words, they're not helping you have babies, but they're more obliged to help you kill them. Yikes. The number to dial, 323-230-4610. Last question. True or false? For Black women, abortions equal self-care. Is it self-care or murder? All right, ladies. The phone lines is cracking. My homeboy Scruncho just walked in the building.
In the building, baby.
Hey, what people don't know about Scruncho? See, you either get a couple kind of comedians. You get all comedians is crazy than a motherfucker. Off tops. Right? All comedians is in goddamn sane. But you either get the wise sage comedian that has learned from all of the difficulties he has faced.
Right.
Right.
Or you get the nutcase comedian.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Why you look at me when you say
Because you crazy than the motherfucker.
Hilarious.
To me, Scruncho fits in the latter category. He one of them wise motherfuckers. Like, you sit down and pull Scruncho to the side and have a real ass conversation with him, you be like, oh, this motherfucker right here. This right here?
Yeah, you know, like iron sharpen iron. Like sometimes if you don't have the ability to open, everybody meets something. And when you meet somebody, they even shedding spirits down in you or they opening them up.
There we go.
So if you think I'm wise, it's because of what you feed my spirit. So iron sharpen iron.
Right.
If you meet a dummy, they're going to dummy you down. And if you smart, you'll dummy down and get out the picture.
Whoop, whoop.
That part.
You had it in? Wop, whoop. That part. My man Scruncho in the building. Scruncho, I just reframed the topic because you just walked in.
Oh, beautiful thing.
A lot of times people don't think the men involved in the abortion are not affected emotionally.
Right.
And sometimes, man, there'd be a situation where, shit, I wanted that baby.
Right.
But that power was taken from him.
Yeah.
Because it ain't his body.
Right.
Speak to me about that, man, if you have an experience or if you know somebody with a concomitant experience.
You know, one thing I think as a man, it's very difficult to connect to anything that you don't love. So a lot of times a man have sex with a woman, even if he have a baby by her, it'd be difficult to connect with the baby because he wasn't literally connected to the female. So now that baby has to grow, but with a female, they can't relate to it because they've been connected from birth before it came out the womb. You know what I mean? So, and we don't have that ability. You know, we have to go through things to get that strong ability to love. You know what I mean? Because if you watch, that's how come a lot of times I be talking about religion and stuff like that. And even with the views, like how you was talking about the churches and stuff like that. Like, I'm a real dude. Like, I believe that, you know, love is God and God is all love. And I believe that God, we wasn't created in God's image. I believe we was created in God's spirit, which if that's true, and we was created in God's God created it was God's spirit that gave our body life. Right. So if that's true and God is all love, that means God really not in the sky. God is in us. So
ahead.
now if you look at it like that, they make you think that it's a spiritual warfare. But in reality, it's not a spiritual warfare. There's only two spirits. It's good and evil. And the perception is the root of money is all evil. That's the biggest lie I ever heard. I think the root of all evil is a motherfucker with a lack of money. Because the motherfucker with a lack of money will kill you faster than a motherfucker with some money. You know what I'm saying? And when a motherfucker lack, nigga, they kill. You know? And if you really want to get real with it, the thing that's really the root of all evil is religions. Because
here we go.
But here's the rule. Here's the thing. It's 4,200 different religions worldwide. And they all agree, 90% of them agree one thing, that there's only one God.
Yes.
So with that being said, see, when you focus on God and focus on love, you know, you prosper. But the religions is designed to take your focus off love and put your focus on people. Because every religion need people to focus on people in order for their religion to pop. So what that mean is, it's a religion warfare. Everybody trying to corner the market on God. So therefore, ask yourself, is there any love in war? You know what I mean? So, but once you understand it's spiritual, then you get back to focusing on love, because you should never focus on people, because that's the quickest way to lose identity within yourself.
Wow.
some real gangster shit. That's why I don't, because I used to be homophobic, homie. Religion had me thinking, God didn't make gay people. That was the biggest lie I ever heard. You know what I mean?
Man.
And then 30. I was homophobic. Daddy homophobic. Every nigga in my hood was homophobic. I was anti-fuck that gay shit, right? Now you fast forward 30 years later, I'm surrounded by gay motherfuckers. But most of them is my nieces and nephews.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But to keep it 1,000, so at the end of the day, it's good and bad in anything. And once you start putting titles on what's good and what's bad, then you worse than what's good and what's bad.
Oh, man.
Just love and pray. Keep it simple.
Hey, real quick, Scruncho, tell me real quickly about this performance.
My one-man show, it's called All I Needed Was a Hug. It's dope. It's produced by Sherri, Shepard. It's a one-man show where it take my triumph from when I was at the peak of my career, just did How High. People don't know when How High aired out when I played the assistant pimp. That was actually my first week in prison when How High premiered.
Mm-hmm.
So for so many years, I put my mentality over my gift, and it was just a transition, because once I realized my hood enhanced my gift, but it could never take me where my gift is taking me. So once I put my trust in my gift and put my trust in God and a hard work ethic, and took my focus on people and put my focus on love, and then it opened up the door for this one man show, because it's a beautiful thing. Because it just show you how, a mentality don't define your heart. You know what I mean? Cause
now, where is it going to be? The Hudson Theater, right?
The Hudson Theater.
And what's the address on that, and how much does it cost?
Man, it's about $20-$25. You got to get your tickets because they sell it like hotcakes.
Get the tickets. I got this in my
hand.
Yeah,
I mean, everybody going, everybody coming from Bill Duke, John Singleton, Ice Cube, Chappelle.
It's going to be fire.
Because here's the thing.
Zoe going to be there.
You got to be there.
Yes,
Zoe, let me tell you something. See, Hollywood made a lot of money off frosting, because they figured shit, frosting is quick, fast.
Yeah.
But somewhere down the line, a nigga go want some cake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some substance.
Substance.
Yeah.
And if you want that cake, you got to come fuck with a nigga.
Hey, if you're in the LA
There's different
area,
levels to this game.
If you're in the LA area, September 6th through the 9th, go to www.plays411.com and get your $20 ticket. At the door, it's going to be $25. So if you want to save yourself that 5-piece so you can get that burrito down at the truck after the show is over, go to plays411.com and get Scruncho's one-man show. My man is in the building
Come
right now.
hang, because I'm going to tell you, it's the closest one-man show you ever see. I'm going to just be honest. It's nothing like it. It's beyond epic, because it's the closest you'll see from funny to Holly. It's no Hollywood. It's raw. Then it go into that gangster shit, but then you'll find out the gangster shit is really spiritual, and then it come out with a victory.
Right.
And nobody should leave there feeling nothing. You should leave feeling beautiful. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's an uplifting play. It's
Brother,
dope.
I'm going to be there. It's that simple. I'm going to be there. Anybody who fuck with Zoe Williams, y'all should come in.
That's right.
And I want you to join this topic, man, because it's a real topic. It's a real situation that I believe is affecting the African American community. Now, anybody, have y'all seen that documentary, Ma'afa 21? You have to
enlighten us on it.
You have to watch it.
Okay.
Produced by a white man. And a lot of times we align ourselves with the Democrats, but it be the Democrats that be funding programs that look like they benefit us. You understand? When you look at the numbers of abortions in New York, what is it, like 58% black?
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, if Planned Parenthood is about sexual reproduction and reproductive rights, shouldn't it affect all races equally?
Absolutely.
Right.
But if it's not, if it's disproportionately hacking up black babies, shouldn't there be some cause for alarm?
Well, I think personally, it's abortions is very sacred. So when a lot of
I like this perspective.
Yeah, see, abortions are very sacred. See, anything if you could keep it in silence, you could destroy a whole nation. Because real evil move in silence, as in real power do. And what they doing to the black community and targeting the black woman and making them comfortable with being murderers and taking those baby lives. You know what I mean? And they comforting them in them being in that situation. You know, so our culture is being targeted anyway. You know, so it's a big picture, you know, and a lot of times people always talk about the gentrification. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, how is it not going to be gentrification when we systematically is not included in the system?
Right.
If we systematically not included in the system, that's why we don't have the little Asian stores in the hood.
Right.
We don't have the funeral homes, even though they got the black name and the black man running them. They mostly owned by corporations, big corporations who keep the small numbers. So we own nothing in the hood. So, and even the big mega churches, they got the big black preachers on them.
Yeah.
They not even owned by people who's even Christians.
Wow.
You know what I mean? They owned by mostly different cultures and different races.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is we systematically not in the system. Everybody eating off we what you call the cash cow. We are the cow, but everybody eating off the cow except the cow. So it's a bigger picture. Gentrification wouldn't exist if we was included in the system. But we all look thirsty because we all gonna look thirsty as a culture, and we trying to get in something we are not allowed in. You know what I mean?
I love it.
And oftentimes we'll see, you see a lot of people who buy into the black culture and like our spirit, and they like our style, like our swagger, the hip hop and this and that. We see that. We talk about that, but guess what we don't talk about? We don't talk about all these Afro-Americans that get a little money and they want to be part of something they never going to include in. Afro-Americans, they got a gang of Uncle Toms out here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you what Uncle Tom is. When you embarrass at any time about your race in any way, you more embarrassing to your race, because you should always embrace your culture and never, because if you could blast your culture, you should help your culture. If you're not helping, shut the fuck up.
I like that. L, talk to me about this concept.
Yes.
We heard about Monsanto, right? Monsanto just got hit with a $289 million lawsuit payout. They got to pay this dude, his brother, $289 million because he was using that Roundup weed spray, right?
Right.
And it poisoned him. And now he's got cancer, and he's almost getting ready to die. Here's the real sad part about this. All of the $289 million is being sucked up in taxes and lawyer fees. And the dude is already on his way out.
Right.
So that's why. He won, but he didn't win.
Yeah, he gonna lose.
Now, peep game on this. What was real interesting was a bunch of articles came out a week after he won talking about how the same chemical in Roundup is in all types of food we eat every day. Wow. Fruit Loops, granola, all types of shit, right? Peep game. If they will poison your food, why wouldn't they poison your womb? Why wouldn't they come after your womb? See, we tend to believe that the system has our best interest. But even Hitler was like, kill the useless eaters.
Sure.
And I'm not advocating or siding with Hitler. I'm just saying how he saw people.
Absolutely.
He saw them as commoners. This is where the word vulgar comes from. From the Latin vulgus. It means the masses of unlearned animals. The simpleton. The same word that Margaret Sanger used to describe African Americans when advocating for Planned Parenthood. What did Margaret Sanger go do? She went and hired black preachers to go teach the doctrine of abortion to the African American community. And this is Hillary Clinton's idol? And black people run back and go support Hillary? L, if they'll poison your food, will they also poison your womb? Speak to that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that there are multiple systems strategically designed. Let me get in here. There are multiple systems strategically designed to kill off one by one. It doesn't matter whether it's the food. It's just systems of government, systems of life, systems of culture. Anything that they can create to destroy us, they're going to try it.
Yeah.
So there's a awareness of responsibility that we have to have, systems that we have to have in place, checks and balances, because it's not trustworthy. They're not trustworthy.
Let me ask you this. What kind of special nigga do you have to be in order to avoid the womb guillotine? I got to ask these questions because if they let you live to 16 only to be shot in the back by the police.
Sure.
Do you get what I'm saying? Tamir Rice was a little kid. Well, he looked grown and the gun looked real. And at the end of the day, the finality of death is here's a piece of change for our mistake that we're never going to admit to publicly.
Sure.
So at the end of the day, if your life doesn't matter in general, do we got to produce Michael Jackson, Prince, Tiger Woods, Kobe, every birth we have in order to be considered valuable?
Still never going to be.
What do we got to do, L?
Still never going to be considered valuable. It doesn't matter what or who or how many we produce. We cannot change the paradigm or the lens of their limited thinking.
Wow. Do you guys think this is a positive movement, shout your abortion, or a negative movement? I just need the truth from the women right now.
I think it's, in a one way, it's kind of a positive thing. And let me tell you why. Because some of these women hide behind their abortion. It's a secret. It's like one of their skeletons in the closet.
Here we go. Come
so
on,
they get
Mimi.
with a nigga, they ain't gonna tell the nigga, I just had 4 abortions from 4 other niggas before I met you. They ain't gonna tell you that. So all this is a secret. So basically the Me Too movement, this movement, it allows them to kind of talk about their guilt, because low key, it's a secret, but they're ashamed of it. You know what I'm trying to say? They're not like, yeah, I done had 6 abortions. I'm cool. No, it's a lightweight. You're ashamed that you're having that many abortions and you don't have anything stabilized going on. So I just feel like when people are able to speak on it, it's a sense of speaking out. And I think when other women join in, they feel like a sisterhood. So that's where I think they think it's positive, because they feel like we've told our secret.
So it's
kind of like we've broken we've kind of broken our silence. We've come together socially, admitted to it, told how we felt on the way there. Oh, girl, my God. It's kind of like, let's bond. So in one way, it's therapeutic, I believe. And I believe that it...
Right. If this is true, what you said, right, that then it's easy to say that black women are the biggest murderers.
Ooh. Here we go.
mean, if you really look at it.
Here we go. I need you to speak on it. I need you to speak with clarity right now. I need you to speak with clarity. I need you to say it from your chest.
If they can make you comfortable with getting abortions and you believe that abortions is murder, black women are silently the biggest killers in America.
And doing it in contradiction to their religious faith.
Right. Because religion is a hoax.
There we go. Here we go.
And they hustle black culture through hope. And if you walk in the hood right now, you'll go and you'll see a liquor store, you'll see a church, you'll see a funeral home,
Planned
but
Parenthood.
everything around it is broken down. So that tells you that God is not in the sky. God is in you. And once you start thinking you got to go through rabbis and preachers and everything, you already lost. So now they using the church, they laced them to drain you. So psychologically, the God you believing in, don't exist.
Uh-oh.
You know what I mean?
Got deep. He done got deep. Peaches!
What I want to say is I understand the movement to a certain degree, but I don't agree that it's a positive thing to shout it out. I think that's between you, that doctor, and whoever that baby daddy was or whatever it is. I think that, you know, being my mother's mother died from an illegal abortion. That's how my grandmother died. She bled to death. So I understand why they made them legal, but after hearing the statistics of what Sanger said about weeding us out, we weeding ourselves out. Like Scruncho said, we are becoming the biggest murderers because those women used abortion as a type of birth control method, as you said before. The problem I have with is you're shouting out murder. You're shouting out that it's okay to murder these children. What are you doing with the placentas? What are you doing with the DNA? What are you doing with these embryos? You know, I might see myself walking around one day.
I think it's a beautiful thing that they shout. If you could hide evil in the dark, you can create hell for long periods of time.
Yeah.
But one thing evil don't like is the light. When the light shines on it, the eyes opened up. And once that third eye is open and you can see what you can't see, because one thing about the devil, when you move forward, the lust of your neck, I gonna see all he has to offer. But when the light shines on, it's like you turn it around and you can see the destruction that you caused to get to that lust. So I say that to say this. Them shining the light on these numbers, it's opening your eyes. So it's nothing more beautiful than the reality of the truth.
And they're able to discuss it, though. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So we have a millennial.
Okay, come on.
She's only 23. She's not even a millennial. She's like, you 20 what?
Hey, I told all the folks my age. I wanted to be pretending to be younger.
Well, you're not. Sorry. It's fine. We have a youngster in. She's 12 and a half twice. Yup. No, she's going to use my mic.
Okay.
You good? And I want to get her perspective on it. Being young, having full control of her life. Because you know when you have a baby, it's over. It's now on the baby. The baby runs the life. Right? When you decide to go ahead and have a baby, all the shit you thought you wanted to do is on hold. It's on hold. And at least for 18 years. So how do you... Because I know you interface. She's a singer, model, actress, all types of shit. I know you interface with a lot of reckless dudes that be trying to bump it up, like trying to get it cracking. First off, how do you take control of your reproductive rights when you're dealing with somebody that, you know, maybe the same age as you, but you want to have sex with them? Do you take a leadership role in terms of contraception, in terms of having the discussion about, yo, we two broke motherfuckers, we better not get pregnant? I want to know what your mode of operandi is.
I definitely say I do take control. Recent relationship of mine, I always was definitely on the condoms things, and I definitely have to focus on using condoms a lot because me personally, I can't take birth control. I'm allergic to it. I've tried 3 different forms of it, and every form of it backfired on me and almost cost me my life. So I have to use condoms and make sure I'm active in using condoms if I don't want to have a kid, because right now I definitely don't want to have a kid. So if I'm just willy-nilly out here just letting everybody just climb in and raw dog me, then it's like, what do you expect, you know? So it's like you can't really expect too much. And then when it happens, I can't just be so willy-nilly to run down to the abortion clinic because I knew exactly what I was setting myself up for before even laid down.
And see, the problem is, the problem with our society is nobody market consequences. They only market the turn up. Then the consequences they keep in the dark. See, and that's the hustle. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you know, you'll take somebody like Bill Cosby. He never knew his turn up was rape. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I'm just saying. You know, let's keep 1,000.
Wow.
But this the same man, and I'm a comedian, but this the same man that was, but this the same man that was telling hood niggas, you should pull your pants up and wooty wooty woo.
Right.
But now you telling us to pull our pants up and stop sagging, but you taking drunk white bitches and waiting for them to go to sleep to pull their pants down.
I'm
Come
gonna
on,
run
homie.
up out of here. Don't
Keep
say
it
no more.
1,000. But I love Bill for his act, but keep it 1,000, homie. You went hard on us as hood. People love to use the hood as target practice to hide from who they really is. You know what I mean? I see niggas all day. Any nigga play golf, I don't trust them.
How come? Tell me right now.
Fuck out of here.
How come?
Because when you every time I remember I seen my favorite actor, I was so excited when golfing or some goofy shit with the homies and seeing Samuel L. Jackson. Man, I was so excited to see him, and he looked at me and talked to me like a child. But that was my last time. So what I'm saying is, when they get on that green, not all of them. I'm not talking literally. I'm talking statistically. But they lose their identity trying to be what they are not. We got Donald Trump in office, homie. You think golfing ain't nothing but a slick way of not exercising.
Hey, listen.
I'm gonna stay in the weights and I'm gonna stay in the gym and I'm gonna be ready for war because, hey, homie, and it's not the Jews, it's not the gays, it's not the real niggas, it's the Afro Americans we better look for because them the ones that is embarrassed, a real nigga.
Hey, listen, we got another comedian, as if we need another one. We got another comedian on the phone line right now. One of my peoples.
Oh, shit.
One of my dudes. Jeff Brown.
I
knew it. Jeff Beezy.
Jeff Breezy.
Jeff Brown in the building.
What up, Jeff?
What's going on? First, let me say love and respect to everybody in the room, especially to my main man, Scruncho, because he and I and a handful, Evan Lionel, a handful of cats alone stand as alpha males.
Absolutely.
Amongst comics who should sit down when they piss. Now,
you know what?
Here we go.
All right. Now, sisters in the room, I mean this with all the love I can muster. When the black woman wakes up, all this shit's over. All of it's over. Once the black woman can divorce herself from the concept that her womb is a thing of convenience and see it truly as the gateway to and from heaven, she'll stop letting horrible niggas she don't want to have babies with loiter in the halls.
Okay. Hey, hold on, Jeff. Hey, Jeff. That hands down was the gangster statement of the day. But let's go even deeper. Let's go deeper. The reality is the problem is not the black woman. The problem is the minute black men realize their dick is not a gift to them and stop pulling their dick out to hustle pussy, they'll stop destroying pussy. See, because when the black men hustle, you know what I mean? See, let me tell you something.
Scruncho, you making a great point. I want you to finish it, but this is what I want you to do. I want you to make it short because I want you and Jeff to go back and forth. So make it short. Then Jeff will come back.
Man, you don't understand what Lord Zoe, me and Scruncho have been 20,000.
I already know. I already know.
I love getting down with Scruncho.
I already know. So Scruncho, make your point concise. Then we going back to Jeff and back and forth.
I just don't believe. I believe that if you know one thing about, if you read your Bible in any way, dick ain't nowhere in the Bible because dick is the devil's only hustle tool. the minute you keep your pants and keep your dick in your pants, 80% of your problems go away.
All right, Jeff, you go.
Okay, I agree with 75% of that. Here's the 25%.
Okay.
If we on an animal list, we're gonna take this back to the Serengeti, or to the jungle. When the snake comes slithering on his belly through the grass, looking for eggs.
Yes, Lord.
How about the robin that puts her eggs in the tree, as opposed to the robin who leaves her eggs on the ground? What we are doing is making the snake responsible for the eggs.
Hey, come on, sir. Preach then.
I cannot raise a daughter and tell her that niggas are responsible for her getting pregnant.
Facts.
They ain't.
Facts.
They ain't.
But
the only way
here's
a man can get my daughter pregnant against her will is to rape her. This has to what I'm saying, Brother Scruncho, and you are exactly right.
Right.
You are exactly right. And this is coming from a nigga who, in my younger years, my body was just a way for my dick to get around.
Right. Okay. Jeff, make the point, and then Jeff, make the point, and then I'm gonna throw it back to Scruncho.
Yes, sir. Okay. My point is that sisters, with the exception of rape or of an abnormally deformed child, the abortion cannot be a social convenience parachute. And I'm going to say, and I'm going to make this point, I'm going to give it to you.
Yes, sir.
The 58% that Zoe spoke of in New York, who here dares break that percentage down into rape, retardation, and true, real physical necessity, as opposed to, I know Day-Day ain't shit, so I'm going to get rid of this baby, as if I didn't know Day-Day wasn't shit when I let him have some.
Scruncho, go.
But the problem is this. The average woman that get an abortion, they not getting, it's not they, excuse my language, the pussy that's being abused. The man tricked their mind. And if you get the mind, the pussy will go. So when they trick the mind, listen, every woman that been tricked, false promises, because one thing about it, if you can hide your deception in the perception of love, and then knock the pussy, and then throw the pussy under the dirt, because I too got 2 daughters. They ain't got no kids, but you know it's a very difficult thing when a man start to plot and scheme on some pussy.
But what if a woman's perception of love is based in fantasy and lies?
Woo! Okay, and how about this? Please name the super slick
Sherri Shepard.
shy.
Oh wait, hold on. Sherri Shepard just joined the show,
Sherri
Jeff.
Shepard's in the building.
This shit's about to get crazy.
Sherri, what up?
Go ahead, Jeff.
Please name from Iceberg Slim forward or backward. Please name, and again, the Bible is not my playbook. I've just read it. Please name the man that God sent here, that he put his wisdom, his slick, his hustle, his swag, his walk, his talk, his style above a woman's God-given intuition. Which man hustled you out your pussy and he was so good at it that you didn't hear the Holy Ghost?
Wow.
I don't know if we were to do another percentage, how many black women who get abortions are atheists?
Okay, slow down, Jeff. Hey, Jeff, slow down. Hey, slow down, okay? This is the most expensive steak in the world. We want to take our time and chew this meat. This was amazing. Now, women, speak to us, because we got to give. There are women in the building. We got to let the women have an opportunity to answer some of these questions. Now, Scruncho says Men delude women and trick women with magical words and behaviors.
Yes, we have been elevated to mythical creatures.
But Jeff counters with, there is no level of bullshitting a man can do that overrides a woman's intuition. Now, I ask the question, are men responsible for women overriding their own intuition? Because how many women ignore their intuition consciously? L. Sorry, forgive me. L. Answer that question for me. More times than not, do women ignore their intuition or do men dupe them into ignoring it?
Duke 'em.
Belle?
If you call me Belle.
L. Because when listen.
I know, I get it.
You know.
I get it.
You know. Energetically, you know.
I do.
And when the shit is over, you can go back and recall everything you saw. Everything. Am I lying?
You tell me
just
true.
on the intuitive process of it. But how many of y'all just keep rolling with it?
I think it depends.
Speak to that.
I think it depends on what we want. I feel like as women, we're really in control. When,
or selfish.
When we see something that we want, that will overlook, the faults, or sometimes
is he responsible for your conscious overlooking? Sherri Shepard is in the building. Sherri.
Wait, you're saying that we consciously overlook? I think we have intuition, but you're applying Jesus mentality to us. We're not God. So I do think that sometimes men can dupe you into it. It's not, we do have our intuition, and a lot of times we're right. But sometimes you honestly believe a man. Sometimes you love a man, and he can say things and give you flowery words, and you do believe him. We get the intuition comes from experience and a little bit of wisdom and going through some stuff. So, sometimes you fall in love with a man and you believe hook, line, and sinker what they give you. Then when something happens, you put that in the notch of something called experience.
Yes.
Now, after that, sometimes we go through the same thing, and then there's a you don't want to listen to your intuition, and you silence it. But don't come out and say it's our fault all the time because you've given us flowery words and we fell for it. Our natural intuition is to nurture, to love. We're ride or die sisters. We're ride or die, and we want to be ride or die.
I like that. Jeff Brown, get in here, and then we have the youngster who gonna speak on it. Oh, we gonna get everybody in here. This is an opinion. This is perspective. We need it. Go ahead, Jeff.
Okay, let's just say for a second that you are a young woman, and this super slick 007 dude with the right words you fell in love with, you have sex with, you find yourself pregnant. Please explain to me, with the number of healthy black families, people I know, healthy black families, healthy husband, healthy wife, good money in the bank, ain't doing nothing horrible in society, ain't finna molest nobody, ain't doing nothing stupid, who can have children but do not. Please explain to me how the conception of a child that from the slick dude and the woman who's getting experience, if neither one of them is unhealthy and she was not raped, please explain to me how, other than convenience, she cannot carry that child to term, get in contact with one of these families, or at least take that baby that neither one of them wanted to a fire station.
Wait a minute. What? Are you talking about abortion, or are you talking about intuition? What is he? Is he talking about?
I'm saying I am.
Hold on, we need to update on it.
I'll explain myself if I'm allowed.
Hold on,
let's explain myself if I'm allowed.
Jeff, you got 20 seconds. Explain yourself.
Yes, I I gave into intuition. I took it entirely out of the picture and said, okay, fine. She has no intuition. She gets pregnant. How come she can't carry that baby to term and take it to a fire station if she wasn't raped?
Because, Jeff Brown, as a woman who has had abortion, sometimes you're broken. Sometimes you're broken. You keep going. And if you're a healthy man or a healthy, there's a lot of women out here that are broken. There's a lot of women, and we think carrying it to a fire station. I was young. I didn't even think about that. So am I sorry that I had abortions? Absolutely. But I will not sit here and say that I am to blame. I've asked forgiveness for that. But there's a lot of women out there. They don't think about that. They don't know. They're broken. It's just, I think you have a lot of judgment is what I think.
Well, that is the root word in judge. Judge is the judgment. I don't think I'm not supposed to have judgment.
No, you're not supposed to have judgment.
Well, I think it's supposed to be. Let's make a distinction here. Discernment, assessment, analysis, not judgment. Because judgment.
How about that?
Because judgment turns into right and wrong.
Absolutely, and accusatory, very much so.
And you can't speak to somebody's right or wrong. Everybody's right or wrong is unique to them. But when it becomes a national movement, that's something that has to be talked about. As we talked about Planned Parenthood, there is a national movement on the black woman's womb.
Well, I feel like this. I feel like I always go out for the black woman, not just because I got daughters, but if you think about Hollywood in general, your perception of success always starts with throwing the black woman under the bus. Right. If black men don't even, they perception of a black woman is so negative, you ask yourself why, and you wonder why we have bad luck as black men.
And vice versa.
Well,
and vice versa.
Vice versa, but here's the thing. As a man, I love my daughters, and I love all the women, my mother, my sister, and I love the women, and I make sure they covenant at all times. Because the black man that approached them and surrounds them, they not out to make sure they good. They out to destroy them. They out to break them. They out to run up in them. And rape, to me, rape psychologically is worse than raping physically. So until we learn how to stop breaking the black woman down and start lifting our queens up, we can start having more, we could prosper more as a culture. But it's too many black men in general always trying to blame the black woman. Then if you blame the black woman, how the fuck you gonna get mad at the white man for doing what he doing to you?
But Scruncho,
the white man don't respect the black man because we don't honor our women. And a black man that don't honor, listen. And when a black man that don't honor his women, no, he have no honor.
Well, look, hold on, Jeff. Let me, because there's a lot there. But before we get to that, because I agree with about 40% of what he just said, but I want Sherri Shepard real quick to give us the rundown on Scruncho's one-man show.
I'm so excited. I always look for talent too. I'm at a level that I've been blessed, and I want to bless other people to get to this level. I want to mentor women. I want to find talent, and I'm really excited about Scruncho because I met Scruncho at the Comedy Store years ago when he was crip walking and on roller skates with Dickies.
He was crip walking on roller skates.
He had a blue bandana on. I said, "Oh my God, they're letting gang members up in the comedy club. I'm gonna call the police." And I remember he was out there and he was drug dealing, street hustling, and we lost touch and he went to prison. And when he came out of prison, he was a featured comic for a gospel artist. And he said, "God, a microphone and laughter saved my life." And I said, there's a story there when he sat down over coffee and told me how he was neglected as a child and went and was on the streets as an 8-year-old dealing drugs and hustling. And so I wanted people to hear this story because he's so funny. Terry Crews was laughing and holding his stomach but crying from the pain. Devon Franklin, Megan Good couldn't even take pictures because she was crying so hard. This is a story of laughter, of him talking about, can I tell a joke? Of he thought he was making $5,000 from doing BET Comic View, but only made $100. So he went to rob the Bank of America, but the cashier recognized him. And she said, oh, my gosh, I saw you on BET. Can I get an autograph? I'm your biggest fan. And he said, I had two options. Sign the autograph and get to the level I want as an entertainer, or kill my #1 fan. That's how you make something horrific so funny. And so I want people to come out and support the black man, which I'm trying to do. We need more. We need support. Come out and he's out at the Hudson Theater this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The Hudson Theater in Hollywood.
Right. I'll be there.
You can go to All I Needed Was a Hug. That's the name of his show. All I Needed Was a Hug.com and see this phenomenal show. It's sold out 13 weeks in a row. So it's, back for an encore performance. And I'm excited to be producing it and lifting another black man up, because
there we go. My man Scruncho in the building.
In the building.
So let me address this before I go to break. Scruncho, I love you. And I'm going to give you a hug after the show is over. But there's a book I tell everybody to get. It's called The Kybalion. Right? Have you read it?
No.
You must get it.
Who's the author?
It's written by the 3 initiates, the Kybalion, the 7 universal hermetic principles. One of those principles is all truths are but half-truths. Very deep metaphysical science here. Relationship is a mirror. When we come in contact with each other, how is it that our baggage is compatible with the person we dealing with? You know how? Because that person is there to help you reconcile the baggage. That's the purpose of relationship. They're there to help you reconcile a lot of the things you haven't dealt with.
But who says the baggage of the other person is compatible with your baggage? That's what could. Am I jumping the gun?
Yeah, a little bit. Okay. Just a taste.
Okay.
But back to what I'm saying. This is why relationships are primarily about self-knowledge, self-development. I tell people all the time, you might get an answer about who you are in your current relationship, but you may need 3 more relationships to get the bigger piece of who you are. You know, every time you with somebody, you get a different piece of who you are. You understand? Relationship is a mirror. I point this out because you can't have a coin unless it has 2 sides. Scruncho, you mentioned the black man's disrespect of the woman. And it's real. But you can't mention this conflict without the black woman's disrespect. She can't be disrespected unless she's disrespectful. It is a cycle that we've picked up being here, being conditioned here, not having knowledge of self, not having authored our own beliefs about success, relationship, honor, love, respect. Most of our goals are in pursuit of what they have defined as the standard you should have. So you can't just say, oh, it's the black man. No, it's all of us. And until we come together and say, you know what? Brother, I picked up 5 beliefs from this system that doesn't respect neither one of us. I picked up 5 negative limiting beliefs about you from this system that I'm a purge from my spirit.
Well,
listen down. Until she does it and until he does it. Now watch this. This is the part that's really going to be fucked up. We can't look at each other's progress. See, a lot of times in relationship, we think, well, I did it, so you should be doing it.
You preaching now, boy.
You get what I'm saying? I did it. I'm growing.
No, you preaching.
So you should be growing.
Right.
Guess what? We don't understand, comprehend, or become aware of truths at the same time. Just because we're in the same relationship doesn't mean we get the same understandings at the same time. So again, she got to come to her space and go, God damn, I'm dependent on the white man and his system. And because my man don't have a system, I judge him based on it. Then he got the, you see, do you see?
I see the balance. I
so
see the balance.
If you don't come with balance, you
That's
come in
church.
with a half truth. Now we're going to take a quick break. So we'll be right back. You want me to play some music? Oh, yeah. Zoe is in here talking shit. I got a whole crew of people in here right now. Do we have that skizzer beat up? Just play it for me right now, if you got it. Well, I got the beat going. Let's just turn it up. Let's take a break. We'll be back in 2.2, Voice of Reason, Dash Talk X. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason has returned. Woo! It's hotter than monkey lava up in this bitch. I'm sorry for the foul language. I didn't have any for most of the conversation. But dude, this topic is nuts. Is Jeff Brown still on the line? Jeff Brown, did you hang up?
Maybe he had to go attend
Jeffrey?
to his woman.
Jeff? He probably hung up.
Maybe his woman was like, what are you doing?
Jeff Brown, call back.
Talking to 3 other women. Talk to me. Maybe that's what his woman said.
Yo, the number to dial is 323-230-4610. Tonight's topic, shout your abortion. Taking a more in-depth look at Planned Parenthood's effect on the African-American community. We got so many questions.
But I think, everybody thinks that Planned Parenthood is about abortion. Planned Parenthood is where you go to get breast exams. If you can't go to a doggone doctor,
True.
They do breast exams. They give you gynecological exams where you can go get a pap smear if you're from a low-income place. Everybody keeps going, oh, they do abortions at Planned Parenthood. Mm-hmm. There's so many other things. If you have to have contraceptives, and I believe in telling girls, honor your body and try to abstain if you can. But there's a lot of women who have children, young girls who have children who know what it is to be a woman. So what do you do with those girls after you told them to abstain when they put themselves in this, not put themselves, but when they're in a situation? Mm-hmm. I would want them to be equipped. Planned Parenthood does more than abortions. We keep getting stuck on this abortion and Planned Parenthood. And Planned Parenthood is in neighborhoods that are lower income and they don't have insurance to go to a doctor. Mm-hmm. So where do they go? We keep telling these girls not to have abortions, don't have abortions, but we don't have any kind of system in place to help them medically. Mm-hmm. So we just leave, don't have abortion, and then they keep the baby, and then where are all the women, where are all the people with the cardboard signs running around going, not save the baby, save the baby. How are we going to stop you from having another baby before it's time? So I came in late.
You did.
I'm for Planned Parenthood.
It's fine.
I'm a Christian. I love God. I don't believe in abortion, but I'm for Planned Parenthood.
It's fine.
Okay.
But it's okay. We give you space.
Passionate.
It's
and
all
I've
right.
had abortion. So
we give you space to do what you need to do.
I'm not shouting out my abortions. I didn't just finally forgave myself for them, so I'm not going to shout them out.
And I want to ask you about that, Sherri. Because Oprah is behind this new Shout Your Abortion Out. And what do you think about that? What do you think about this new hashtag Shout Your Abortion?
Okay, Oprah the Almighty. That's not a positive thing for me to shout out my abortion. Oprah would have to explain it because it's something that I wish had not happened, but I was a young girl. I was a broken young girl. I didn't have anybody to help me. I was scared to tell my parents. And so I went and did what I thought was the best thing as a young girl. I didn't have the wisdom that I have now. I didn't have anybody telling me, girl, let's just walk this through. Let's think about this. I just was scared. And it took me a long time. I believe in a woman's right to choose. But there are consequences when you choose abortion. Right. There's consequences in your soul, in your spirit, in your body. I couldn't have a baby for a long time because of the abortions that I had. They scarred up my uterus. It was a lot of shame that I went through having abortions. I finally forgave myself when a beautiful young lady at church said, but those babies are in heaven. And when you get to heaven, they're going to have their arms open and they're going to say, Mama. And I named them all. And I'm not proud of them. But it happened, and I made peace with them. So to go shouting out my abortions is not something I will talk about it if I can help a young woman go forward or decide what she's going to do. But I'm not shouting them out. It's nothing that I'm proud of.
So do you think the process of this whole kind of movement of de-shaming it, which is why they're out saying, well, let's shout about it. Let's shout about our individual.
I think probably we should talk about it more. Yeah.
Talking about it is one thing, but from
I'm
the
not going to go.
rooftops.
I don't know if I'd go holding a poster because it's still something that I feel like. What would I look at my son Jeffrey and go,
Right.
what would my daughter's life have been like if I chose not to end it? She might be at this. She would be in her 20s. She would be maybe running
Wow.
for Congress. Maybe she'd be at Spelman. Maybe she'd be a crackhead. I don't know, but I never gave her the opportunity.
Wow.
But here, see, this is exactly. She is the classic case of exactly what they want you to think. Now, the longest they can make you feel that way, which is the reality of what she feel, but if they could keep you in shame, they could load up the numbers by the millions and the billions. That's why it's important for them not to be ashamed and not to be sad, because they playing off the guilt that she feel. So if they could keep the guilt in the dark, the bodies could keep piling up and piling up and piling up.
I don't feel at this point.
Get on the mic.
I don't feel guilty. I don't feel any shame. I can say I've had abortions, and I had many abortions because I was a young girl. So the guilt is not there, and I would want no woman to go through that shameful feeling. But sometimes I think it's a consequence. I think if you go and do something, you don't feel any kind of. It's a life. You're carrying a life inside your body. It's kind of hard for me to think that you could abort a child and not feel something.
And feel something.
And not feel something.
Maybe for the rest of your life. Hold on one second, Scruncho. I want to get the youngster in here. You have something to say? You have something to add to this? Come on, Storm. Get in here.
I definitely feel, Zoe, before I even came today, made me watch this video that was like 2 hours long. And I'm definitely happy that I watched it because previously, before watching the video, I was just I seen abortion as I'm pro-choice. I'm still pro-choice because sometimes certain situations will pop up that you have no control over, and it's not the time. I've been in a situation where something happened and hey, we had to make the best choice, so I'm definitely pro-choice. But watching the film did definitely open my eyes to seeing like abortion and birth control and all this stuff that they're actually feeding to us black women and, trying to prevent us from procreating and creating more lives. And like Sherri definitely said, she doesn't know if her daughter would have been the elite in the world or she could have been a minority or whatever. She never knows because she never had the chance, and a lot of people don't really have that option to really give somebody a chance, or then some have the option to give the chance and they just, like you said, okay, I don't want a baby right now because I don't feel like it, so I'm just gonna get an abortion instead of like, okay, you know what, this child that I'm gonna give birth to could probably change the world.
Can I tell you, some women, and I know this from my family, I have a lot of women in my family, they have a lot of children. Financially, they can't take care of these children, but as hard as I have been trying to get pregnant, I got people in my family, you just blow when and they pop up pregnant. It's like, I don't know how these people can. And I'm going to tell you, a member of my family, she has 6 children. She is on assistance. She can barely take care of these kids. And she asked me to take her to get an abortion. She got pregnant. I took her. And did I pray forgiveness? I did. But I said, Lord, I can't do another child because you involve everybody in your family when you have another baby because you're being irresponsible and you don't use the birth control. And I said, I'm tired because financially it was affecting me. Now, I don't know what she's going through emotionally. One of her children's doing extremely well. He's amazing. He won an Emmy. And he's my relative, and I'm so thankful for him. But at the time, she had 6 kids. 6 kids. And it was like she was living in this one bedroom. And it was just, so to say to her when she said, you got to take me, to say to her, no, you got to have another. We got to trust God. Was I wrong? I got to answer to Jesus. But, to say you can do it, you're not even doing it with the 6.
Mimi?
I was going to say a lot of men, when women become pregnant and it's supposed to be a one-night stand, or maybe they don't want the kid, or maybe they got another woman they cheating on you with, they want to take you down to get your abortion. Matter of fact, they're going to drive you down there. They're going to sit and wait for you in the waiting room. Make sure you come on out there with that wristband looking like you done got a procedure done. So the reason I'm mentioning that, I think that it's the responsibility, of course, of the woman, but I believe in it's her choice. because you don't know what she's been through. You don't know if this person is going to be a problem later. I don't know. It could be so many different situations that I can't even give the narrative. But all I'm saying is I think it's a woman's choice. And I just also think a lot of times people point the finger, but when you point it, you point back at yourself. So always remember that.
I could smoke a bag of that. Yo, really quickly, let's get these phone lines cracking. Callers. There are a lot of callers on the line that want to talk about it. That maybe have gone through it. Caller, you're on the line right now. What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it.
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to you, caller. What's the deal?
Oh, yes, sir. What's going on, man? This is not some calling. Oh, love your show.
Thank you, brother.
What's happening to everybody on the show?
Hey.
Hold on one second. I got to block you on the other line.
You got to block me on the other line.
No, I had you playing in my ear. I'm on the phone. So
you in the phone booth?
So here we go.
All right, go ahead.
No, my cell phone. I had 2 lines going.
All right, let's go.
So here's the thing, man. This is a great topic, man. I've been waiting to talk about this for a long time, and I'm going to pull a Jeff here and kind of rant.
You don't have the time Jeff has.
I know. Sherri said something about women, and I forgot what she said about, women being in trouble and having problems. Men have the same thing, so why do we have to pay child support? Why do you literally get to murder a child and then look me in my eye and tell me I'm a deadbeat dad for not wanting to pay for one?
Ooh.
Like, this conversation is so sick that it's crazy that we're justifying murder. That's what it is. And people will say, well, it's cells. Yeah, human cells. It's a human. So we're letting white people tell us that it's cool to kill your baby. It ain't nothing wrong with that. That's your body. No, that's your body, but the baby inside you is theirs. You're making a choice for them. So you want to tell me that women can take care of the world? They can be president. They can be policemen. They can do anything, astronauts. But they can't regulate their damn womb.
Whoa.
Yikes.
That's crazy. You're crazy if you're looking me in my face and telling me that, and I'm supposed to bite down on that. We sit here and talk about men taking care of their responsibilities, so you get to kill 4 of your responsibilities, and then now I got to take care of the one that you want to take care of, like Corey Holcomb would say. That's crazy. And that's the problem with men and women, black men and women specifically, is we are letting white insanity ruin us. You understand what I'm saying? Because
all right, whoa. Hold on one second. Hold on 1 second. I want you to make your final point, and then we will address you off the air. Finish.
Okay, so, and again, I say these things because I believe that if you start in the right place, and a lot of the times people don't want to admit what abortion is. It's the murder of the child. Now, in the case of rape and the woman's health, I can understand that. But we live in a society that is allowing women to utilize their wombs in this way. Do you think if you could not afford $50 for WIC that you're going to keep having babies? I mean, for the Similac, if WIC don't give it to you. Section 8. All of these things are set up for women to fail that way, using their bodies, using our children as income, which is what these children have become. And most of the good women won't even recognize and tell the truth about what's going on out here with the rest of them.
All right, stop right there. Thank you for the call. We appreciate it. We're going to deal with what you said off the air. Scruncho.
Well, it's sometimes when you... It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And I often say as a black man, there's nothing, aggression is very taboo, because when you include aggression, it distort and take away from the message.
Right.
But because I know aggression is more dangerous than being a black man. But because I could look through the aggression, what he said is very powerful.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I do believe this. I believe that the big picture, see, we look at the individual pictures like Sherri and other women, you could definitely understand their situation because they do have that power of choice. But when you look at the big picture, murders, if you look at the big picture and you look at it as a murder, bodies are piling up. You know what I mean? And if you feel guilty and you feel bad, and then you gonna hide it. So I think it's a good idea that Oprah say bring it to the light. Because if you could bring it to the light and turn on the light and you see all these bodies being piled up, and then the definition of why they're piled up don't stand up to the bodies.
Right.
So let me address a couple of things and then throw it to the round table of women. Here's the thing. We're not addressing one of the aspects of what he talked about, and that is abortions as birth control.
What's wrong?
That's what he was talking about. And to address what Scruncho was saying is how you say it. See, you have to understand something about the relationship between aggression and black men in America.
Exactly.
Now, coming from your life, aggression is a signal, of something that's going to happen next. Right. That's coming from your background and your experience.
Right.
But in terms of society, the relationship with aggression and black men has been frowned upon because of one thing. For black men, you can't be aggressive in this society.
Exactly. Well,
we can be aggressive towards each other.
And not trying to cut you off.
You can't be aggressive towards the system.
But since the beginning of time, since slavery, the niggas you see hanging in the trees projected aggression.
Right.
Because when you get pulled over by the police, they notice us because we're black. They pull us over because our mentality. But it's that aggression that's most likely going to get us killed because they have the green light to kill motherfuckers with that aggression because it overrides the facts. Because when they see aggression, they see animals. Because they got the green light to kill.
Well, let's look at it another way. I like the way Kool Moe Dee broke it down. Kool Moe Dee, talking about aggression, he says only the ignorant respond to aggression.
Right.
These are ignorant people in this country. He said intelligence does not resonate with ignorant people, but they will respond to aggression, which was Malcolm's movement.
Right.
We not fucking with you unless you fuck with us. And when you fuck with us, we're going to bring it to you at such a level that you'll know this was the fucking wrong thing to do.
That part.
Now, what they've been doing since Malcolm is breeding the aggression out of black men so that they can tolerate black men in this society.
Right.
So that's why I say I want to make the distinction between ignorant aggression and intelligent focused aggression.
Right.
We need that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? We need that. So that's off topic, but to come back to this abortion movement, I believe and I hear you, Sherri, and you're right, in terms of Planned Parenthood's role in the community is more than just, abortions, right? Right?
Yes.
More than that. But when you look at Planned Parenthood's history and their relationship with the black community, and then when you look at what they're providing for the community today. I remember when I was a young guy, I used to go there all the time and get condoms because I knew it was always free. Right. I can go in and get a handful of the motherfuckers every time. It was always good. But when you come back and say, who is your founder? And what was their vision for the black community? Then you got to say, well, wait a minute. What are they really providing? First off, those mammograms, a lot of them be the kind that smash your breast and put fucking radiation into your breast, which a lot of wealthy people don't have to go through. They can just take a blood test. They could do some other shit.
No, there's still wealthy people that go and get their breast smashed. I done had mine smashed.
I believe it.
And I'm many times I'm looking at my titty getting smashed in a thing.
Don't you hate that?
Yeah, I do. It don't even feel good.
My daughter asked me about that. I said, we're not going to do that. She was just, we're going to wait. We're not going to do that.
Yeah, but I'm hearing you. Absolutely.
But you know what I'm saying? A lot of times we tend to make concessions for the devil.
Mm-hmm.
See, if I can extrapolate some kind of benefit from the devil, then it's okay for me to have a relationship with the devil.
Mm-hmm.
But if I were to sit back and say, well, wait a minute, Nick, you are the devil. Yes, but I'm giving you this block of cheese and I'm giving you this milk. Where else would you get it from if I do not provide it for you?
Okay, so what are we doing? What are we doing to help our young women so that they have, because I think, and sir, I'm hearing you beyond, there's a lot of anger there. I'm hearing you. I can see that you've been in court quite a bit.
Who?
The caller.
The caller?
The called about. I can see court in your future and in your past.
Damn.
With child support payments, because that is the kind of anger. I pay child support too, sir. So I understand that kind of anger.
But this is what I would teach my daughter, because I have an 18-year-old. Yo, pussy can't be in the streets.
No.
Absolutely.
No.
And that's
I
the deeper
always
issue.
tell her, I've told her since she was 3, your virginity equals your
Absolutely.
divinity.
And this is what I wanted to address with the caller when he talked about women who use abortion as a means to get money, to get wick, it's such a deeper issue of brokenness. I would bet you money that a lot of those girls didn't have a man in their life saying your virginity is precious. Your pussy shouldn't be out there with other and I'm a woman. The father is the first person that esteems you as a woman. And so when you have our broken homes, it's such a deeper issue. You have a lot of brokenness for a woman who has a baby because she can get wick or infamil. Right there, that mentality. There was nobody affirming her preciousness as a woman. So now what she's seeing is people singing songs about, you know what, you got to pay my bills. You got it. I'm not doing nothing. You're not going to get up in here. And that's what they're hearing. That's what they're seeing on TV. And they start living that. So we got to deal with it, with the brokenness of a lot of girls in our community.
Yeah.
And we got to deal with, if you're going to take away something that's medical, places that are taking care of our girls, then what is our responsibility to come in there and help our young sisters who come in, who think, when I see these little young girls and wearing the best weave is the most important thing, as they got their baby in the stroller at a Denny's at 11 o'clock at night, going, just give me with a bottle of juice, red Kool-Aid or juice in there, and the baby screaming and they popping them. What is my responsibility?
Wow.
To my young sisters, to help them so that they're not like me going and thinking, and I'm going to tell you, all my abortions were at Planned Parenthood. Every single one of them. Because you could...
Okay.
Because I went in one time and had an abortion and went back probably a month later.
Damn.
They knew my name. And I was one of those, sir. I didn't do it for wick or infamil. It was birth control for me. Because you know why? I love my daddy. I love my mom. But we were all Jehovah's Witnesses. They never sat down and explained sex to me.
Okay, hold
They
on.
never explained. I didn't know.
Okay, we at the end of the show.
I'm so sorry.
Lord have mercy. Listen, I might have to bring this crew back for Friday's show. Lord have mercy, Jesus. This was a hot show. Listen, I'm Zoe Williams.
I'll talk about it again at the Hudson Theater at allinededwashug.com.
There we
Scruncho's
go.
one-man show this weekend. I'll talk about it right before the show starts.
Oh, God. Hey, listen.
That's right.
We
Be
gotta
there,
go.
y'all.
We gotta go. We will be back. We will be back Friday with another heater. Jesus H. Horatio Christ. The voice of reason was on fire tonight. I will be back Friday. No music. I'll be back Friday. Oh, yeah, I got you. I'll be back Friday, 5 to 7 p.m. Thank you so much.